Hey guys, I'm back with my wavy hair pretty much straight out of the bed. I didn't wear any protective cover like my buff last night, and I knew I'd be doing my hair. It's wash day today and getting ready for a haircut. I'm due to strip to get rid of the buildup. I'm due for the trim. I wanted to discuss a few things with you, what I've thought. It's been about 6 weeks since I've cut, and you can see the video for that in my other post that I'll have linked down below in my blog post. But I just want to take a minute, Larissa at Prodigal Pieces, back with you to just kind of, like I said, give my take on my own haircut. I wanted to go over a few things with you. I literally would have, I would say maybe 95% wonderful affirmations from all of you. There were a few that chastised me for doing a at-home haircut, and I find that odd. I've been cutting my hair for as long as I can remember, short, long, whatever. And that's like telling somebody, why learn how to garden when you can go to the store and buy groceries? Or why learn how to sew when I can just go to the store and buy the clothes? Why not learn how to cut your own hair? And no, it isn't because I'm thrifty and I don't want to spend money on a haircut. I explained in my previous post why I do not trust hairdressers anymore. Maybe if they knew me better, but I quit that. Like 20 some years ago, been doing it myself. I cut my own kids' hair, my sons, my daughters, all of them different styles. So I understand how ears work and layering and so on. I won't say I'm a pro by any means. So, but I definitely think that I get it better than a lot of people gave me credit for. And then I had people quoting scripture at me, and that really was amazing, because not only do I have a Bible degree, but to chastise somebody for cutting their own hair, because in scripture in 1 Corinthians 11:5-6 it says, they're a crown of glory, so long hair. Okay, that is contextual. That was Paul writing to the church in Corinth, to the women there, telling them that if in your culture, in your city there, if you don't have long hair, you're going to look like the pagans that worship the Greek god Dionysus. And so the idea was, you're going to differentiate yourself from the folks there, so they would know you're separate. Your focus is on something else. So that person that takes that scripture bold-faced and throws it in my face, chastised me for cutting my own hair shorter. That's amazing. But also, why also then in the Bible in Numbers 6 would God's people shave their heads? Okay, so really got to understand more than just what's in scripture. You got to understand what's the background, why it's written, who it's written to, so on, the culture. But anyway, wanted to get that off my chest. I'm here to give an update. I'm going to hop in the shower, and normally I wash, just to give you that update too, twice a week. I used to co-wash. I found that doesn't work for me with my, I tend to get oily hair. I have medium density, low porosity, like 2B, some 2C curls. For all of you that are into the curly stuff, I still make my own gel from flaxseed. So for a few pennies, I get gel that lasts me for a while. And I usually take about a tablespoon to 2 apple cider vinegar every month, or maybe this time it's 6 weeks, I think, because I'm doing the haircut. And I add hot water in the shower to it, and I run it through my hair. Strips me of any buildup, and then I still use my Giovanni shampoo and conditioner. It's smooth as silk, works well for my hair. And I apologize for how dark the screen is here. It's a gray, rainy day outside. But anyway, I'm gonna hop in, and then I'll be out to just show you how I'm gonna shorten things up a bit. And I'll turn around and show you. I know this isn't refreshed, so it's hard to tell. It's very flat, very frizzy, like I said, straight out of the bed. But hopefully when I strip, it'll lighten it up a bit. When I lighten up, trim a bit. I've gotten quite a bit of length. I have, I mentioned last time, I think I did my bangs a little too heavy, so I might mess with that. Also, I had to trim my bangs twice in the 6 weeks. They are growing really fast. I don't think I've ever had them grow that fast. Or actually, I should say it might be because there's less damage, because I don't brush my hair anymore. Only wet brush in the shower during wash days. So my hair is the healthiest it's ever been, I think, since born, and I'm excited to share this with you. All right, I'll be right back. This is the wet brush I mentioned. I really love this thing. I even got one for each of my girls. They love theirs. It's so handy for styling. Feels good on the scalp, flexible bristles. Anyway, it allows me to straighten out where I want my hair to lay when I'm going to do my cut, but also I mentioned having it comb through my hair to distribute product, and this is the only time I brush my hair, so I try to make the most of it. I'm not going to give specific instructions how to cut your own hair. There's so many tutorials out there, and I don't know everybody's hair, their texture, but just showing you what I'm doing with mine, sectioning off so that I can find my bangs where I want those to lay, sectioning back from the ear. I'll do that again in a minute, but just giving you the idea. You can see my bangs have gotten pretty long and pretty heavy, and I'm just going to try to pull some of those layers back to maybe incorporate them into the rest of my head this time around and lighten up my bangs for future. Obviously they're going to have to grow out. I do have a very slight cowlick in the front that's off-center just a hair, so pun intended. I take that into consideration. Typically the rest of my natural fall is down the center, but I want to have that cowlick accentuated a little bit since it's going to naturally spread apart there anyway. Once I make my cut, I do the end cutting so that I have a nice textured effect, so it's not just a straight cut hanging there really blunt. Gives a little more volume as well. Throughout my haircut, my hair may dry a little bit, so I use this fine mist sprayer with some distilled water in it just to keep it wet and keep the hair running smoothly through my brush or my comb. Something to consider when you're doing your layers, depending on how far out you pull it down near your shoulder up to the top of your head, it's going to make greater layers, like greater difference between the layers, or a little more subtle, so you need to keep that in mind. This is that part of my bangs that was a little bit too heavy that I'm going to try to just lightly trim to incorporate back into the rest of the sides of my hair, just giving it a slight trim, not as much as the rest of my hair. One thing to keep in mind when you do in your ear area, that your hair is less dense, so you don't want to cut it too thin or too graduated. Otherwise you're going to have a see-through panel there on the side of your head. As I move around the side of my head, I'm taking up some of the previous section, using it as a guide to know where to cut the next section of my hair. There's some ridiculous carpenter ant that keeps crawling on my screen, driving me nuts, distracting me from my haircut. Something else I want to say too, if you notice with me, my bangs and around my face tend to be straighter as well as the base of my neck. That's just normal. I don't have the same thing everywhere. So I use the left side of my hair as a guide to do the right side. And then when I do a first cut, I take a check and make sure both sides come out the same. Then I continue and double check when I'm done. Right now, just re-wetting my hair again because I'm going to add my product so I can style it and then dry. I use the comb to break up my center part so I don't get that straight line down the middle of my head. Gives it a little more volume as well. Using my flaxseed gel, this stuff works great, better than any others I've tried. Lighter than a mousse and more stable than the store-bought gel. And I love it because it's natural, no junk in it. I have the recipe link for you down in my blog post as well. And there we go, styled, ready to go. I even just took my dog, my puppy, on a walk because she was getting a little buggy, and it's extremely windy out, so not bad considering I just went and did that. You can take a peek at the back. As I mentioned, I gave my daughter the scissors for a second to help me just straighten up the back end. Very pleased with it. I went a little shorter than last time because summer's coming, and I'm used to having hair long enough to pull up in a ponytail out of my face. I like to play tennis, I run, I lift, so I wanted to make sure, maybe do a little shorter until I get the hang of this. But you know, I can definitely still pin it up, put it back, you know, even pull this out of my face if I want. But yeah, I'm excited with the outcome with it. I do my checks and make sure everything's there. I've never really had big trouble. I wanted to give you some advice on how I style. On a normal day, I would wash and condition, and then when I got out of the shower, just run my wet brush through my hair to get back into shape, the way I want it, you know, with parts and whatnot. And then I would put my gel on and either just run my hands, like praying hands, and scrunch it up in there. But then I take my wet brush again and I brush it through, and then like ribbon curling, I take my wet brush and just pull and kind of give a little tension. I didn't do it this time because when I cut my hair, I'm already automatically kind of giving that tension. That's what made me realize originally a few months ago that I must have more to my hair, because when I did some layers and shorter, I got some curl in there, and I was like, wow, I'm 45 years old and just now figuring out my hair. So you're never too late to learn, right? And I still don't understand why people give me flack about cutting my own hair. I know how to work on cars. I learned myself. I've learned all kinds of home repair. I love woodworking. I was taught by myself. So why anybody would give flack, and it's not about the money, so on. It's why not? I want to be able to do things myself, and encourage you to try. And if you're afraid of it, it's a legit fear. You know, you can mess up, but you're blessed if you have hair. Many people would love to have the opportunity to do that. So I figure worst case is I can just figure it out. It'll grow back, and I don't take it for granted. But if you have questions, feel free to ask. Like I said, I've been doing hair for my kids, and I'm not talking about just a bowl cut or basic cut. For about 20 years, been cutting hair for my siblings. So I have experience. I'm not a professional by any means, not at all. But there's a lot of tutorials out there that could guide you if you had more questions. Feel free to ask a friend to chip in and watch you while you go, so you're not making any huge mistakes. But it's fun. I like doing things myself. I'm enabling myself to do more. So just send me a note down below. Leave me a comment on the blog post. If you have any questions, I'm happy to share. I'm always here to inspire you. And sign up for my free email newsletter, and you can sign up for as the posts go live or once a week. That's the best way to keep in touch, because as you know, I lost over 100,000 followers on Facebook and Instagram when they let my accounts get hacked and did nothing to help me. So I don't want to rely on that as the only way to reach you. So feel free to reach out any way you can, and I'll be back with some more DIY for you. So until next time, bye.